to my YouTube channel, or hello, hi if you're new here. So in today's video I'm giving you this sort of summer, spring, glow, goddess type of vibes that I've got going on my chest and my face at the moment. If you want to see how I got this look, then please keep on watching. Please also make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll get straight on into the video. Hey guys, so we're gonna get glowing. We're gonna go peachy, summer, glowy, goddess vibes. So the first product I'm actually going to start off with is this Rimmel brow styling gel, and I'm just going to comb this through my brows just to start off with. So for this look I do want it to be quite soft, so usually I would go in with the P. Louise base because that base is so sick for making your eyeshadow pop and everything, but I really want this look to be sort of like soft summer spring vibes. So I'm just going to use my Tarte Shape Tape concealer just to carve out my brows. I'm just taking it on the P. Louise 7071 brush devoted to my base brush, and if you've seen my last video on my unboxing, I really rate this brush. So good. So I'm just going to carve out my brows with this. At this point I do also like just to go down the front and the centre of my brows and just around the front head of my brow. So after I've carved out my brows, I'm just going to go in with my foundation. So for foundation, I absolutely love the Maybelline 24 Hour Superstay Foundation. I really need to get more of this foundation because it's just so good. It honestly gives you that flawless skin finish, and it's drugstore as well. It's just absolutely amazing. But what I'm going to do, I'm just going to pump some pumps of this on my face. And this is quite like a matte foundation for me, but I really like it. So I've just blobbed my foundation on. I'm just going to use the Sosu SF101. It's like a foundation brush just to sort of disperse the product all over my face. And just the consistency of this foundation is so nice. Like I said, it is quite a full coverage foundation for me because I do like quite a dewy look, but it just gives you such flawless skin. Now going in with my beauty blender, I'm just going to press this into the skin. I'm also going to go over my eyelids as well, and just making sure it's a bit more like seamless onto the skin as well. I'm going to go back in with my Tarte Shape Tape concealer now just to conceal in the places I want to brighten up. Just taking this down the nose just because I want a snatch sort of nose contour in this look as well. And then I'm just bringing the concealer there as well. I'm just going to take a beauty sponge again just to press this in. I really like the way this concealer blends out into the skin. It's just so lovely. I feel like I don't hear as many people rave about the Tarte Shape Tape concealer as much now. It was like a massive rave, and then now it's sort of like died down. Because everyone uses the P. Louise base as their concealer basically. Moving on to cream contour, I'm going to be using the iconic pigment stick, and it's in the shade 4.1. I'm just going to contour the areas. I'm just contouring the areas that I usually put this. Which usually is like my jawline, my cheeks, down the sides of my nose, and then I also like to do my forehead. So after I've marked out those areas, I'm just going to go back in with my beauty sponge, taking the same side that I've used the foundation on, and I'll just start buffing this out. Gold, I fell for fools. Gold, what did I know? And sort of the key with this sort of contour stick is not to be afraid, because it does look quite scary. But after you've gone back in with the other side of your sponge and everything, it does like neaten up and look really nice and seamless. Blending this into my forehead now. I do like to sort of push it back into like my hairline. I'm going to go in with the other side of the beauty blender, which we took our concealer on, and just press that back out. So we're just pressing back over where we went in with the concealer. And just making sure that sort of temple area is more lifted again. And honestly, this cream is just so nice. Probably one of my favourite contours that I've used so far, like a cream contour. So I'm just going to take the other side of the beauty blender that hasn't been touched with any concealer to just use this for my nose. So we're going to set our face so it doesn't move. I'm just going to use the Mercier Loose Translucent Powder. And before we even set our face, I'm just going to go over with a sponge one more time just to make sure everything is blended and not settling in like any crease lines. So I'm just going to take some of this powder just on a brush. I'm just going to start pressing it underneath the eye. Doing the same on the other side, just pressing it in. I just like to lightly go over the nose, just slightly. And for this look, I'm just trying not to go too near where my cheekbones are, just because we are going to be applying like a dewy highlighter. Basically just setting the areas that are going to crease, because usually I do get quite a lot of creasing on my forehead and just around my smile lines, but the rest of this look is going to be like dewy. We're going to glow it up, we're going to make sure we're shining. So for bronze today, I'm going to go in with the Milani, this is the Soleil Baked Bronzer. So this has got more of like a sort of like a sheen glow to it, and it absolutely looks unreal. I'm just taking this on my Sosu SF105 brush, and this is just a really big fluffy blending brush. Just swirling that in. I'm just going to start contouring my cheekbone and underneath my jawline as well. And this is honestly such a nice bronzer. It just screams summer vibes. It's so lush. So I'm just taking this on my chest because we'll be making sure we be glowing like a goddess today. Glowing! So I'm going to be taking the other side of this dual-ended brush, just going into that bronzer. I'm just going to bronze the sides of my nose. And just where the tip is as well, just so it gives me like a cute button nose. Very snatched right now. What I'll do now, I'm just going to take back my powder. I'm just going to bake the sides of my nose. Like so. Then I'm going to use the Doll Beauty Gimme Sun bronzer, and this is in the shade Dark, just to sort of contour my cheekbones as well. Just sort of, I'm just taking this because it's such a good depthening bronzer, just for like getting behind the hairline and just giving you sort of really that chiseled look. I really am obsessed with chiseled look. I just don't think I go a day without looking chiseled. So just making sure we're looking really bronzed with that contour. So after contouring, we're finally going to get onto the eye look itself. I'm going to be using the Dare to Be Different palette by Holly Bloom Makeup, HNB Cosmetics. If you don't already know, you need to get to know. So I'm going to be using this really nice colourful palette, and I'm going to be using these sort of springy shades like the pinks and the oranges for this look, just because we're going to be like spring vibe, like spring chick glowy vibes in this sort of look. So first of all, I'm going to take this shade called Welcome, and I'm just taking it on the Morphe Y17 brush. So because I really want this to be like a soft, simple spring look, I've already, like I said, done the concealer and not used like a P. Louise base where it's going to make your eyeshadow pop in. I want this to be soft, I want this to be like spring, I want this to be like effortless. So the first shade I'm going to go in with is the shade Welcome, which is this sort of pinky nudie shade, and I'm just taking this on my Y17 brush. So I'm just taking a small amount of this shadow, tapping off any excess, and then I'm just going to be putting this into the crease of my eyelid. So these shadows are really pigmented, so that's why I've tapped off any excess. I'm just taking a very light hand just to sort of buff this out into my whole lid space. And this is why I've done my base as well first, just because I want it to be more of like a blown out, rounded sort of eye. Just make it look really cute, spring vibe. So I'm just doing the same on the other eye and just making sure I'm just buffing that out in circular motions. I just really love this palette. It's just so versatile. If you haven't already got it, you've got all those colours in there, all those neutral shades, but yet it's like compact enough to like travel around with you. It's just such a good palette if you haven't already got it already. It's just so versatile. So after I'm happy with that shade so far, I'm just going to switch up my brushes. I'm just going to move on and change brushes to my Spectrum C06 brush, and this time I'm going to be taking the shade Sassy, which is like this really, really nice orangey shade here, and I'm just taking this on this brush, and I'm just going to use this shade and just pack it on the lid, just straight onto the lid space itself. I'm not packing too much of this shade on because I don't want it to be like overwhelming, because they are really pigmented, these shadows. So going back in with that same shade Welcome, I'm just going to buff out this blend just so it looks more seamless together, these two shades. So I've just spent some time blending those two shades together. I'm now going to be taking the shade Sassy just underneath the lash line, and I'm going to be using this time I'm going to be taking the hashtag 117 to Lost in My Blend brush by Peachy. I'm just taking some of this Sassy shade, I'm just tapping off any excess. I'm just going to be running this underneath my lash line. Looking at this now, I completely forgot to mention that I haven't experienced any fallout, and like I forgot to bake underneath my eyes to prevent any fallout as well. How mad is that? I'm just taking that brush that I started with and just bringing this sort of inner eye corner bit around as well, just to sort of join them up. Then just taking that brush as well, and I'm going to go into the shade Welcome, which is that first pink shade, and I'm just sort of blending that underneath eye area together. And I'm just doing the same on the other side, just taking that Welcome shade. Just going to go back in with that Sassy shade again. Just go under the eye again, just so I'm not losing that shade. So after I've done underneath my eye, I'm just going to go in now with the NYX Vinyl liquid liner, just to go and cover up my lash line before I stick on mascara and lashes as well. So I'm just making sure this line is very, very thin. So I don't want it to like overshadow the eye that we've done. So after I've done that, I'm just going to tightline my eye with the Sigma felt pen liner. I hate doing this, it's my pet peeve. I'm just going to go in with the Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara. I'm just going to coat my lashes. So for lashes, I'm going to be taking the Eldora M106 lashes, and I actually got this in my Peachy's birthday edition box that Shane got me, which is so lovely of him. And yeah, I'm going to be using these today in this makeup look. I'm just going to stick some Duo Lash Glue just while these are sort of like setting and letting them go tacky. So while I'm letting my lashes go tacky, I'm just going to knock off this nose bake that I have going on here and just get rid of that. Then for blusher, I'm going to be using two blushes today. I'm going to be using the Nars Orgasm blush, which has got a really nice sort of like the shimmery effect that I want to use for this summery glow blush. But then I'm going to mix it in with the HNB Dare to Be Different collection, the Feeling Peachy blush, and I'm also taking it on their blush brush that came in the collection, and this shade is so nice. So I'm just going to mix these two together and then see what blush shade it comes out with, just because I want that sort of summery sort of sparkle in my blush, but then I want it to be like beaming. Just applying this, and I'm bringing it up to my temples, and then I'm going to be mixing the shades and sort of just blending it into the outer part of my eyeshadow as well. And you've got to be really careful with this Holly Boons blush because her blush is so pigmented. Hey guys, so just catching you up where I am now. I just went off camera just to stick on my lashes, which are those Eldora lashes. I actually really want to try the HNB Cosmetics lashes because apparently there's loads of good reviews about those lashes, but they weren't, when I went on the website, they didn't have the ones I actually wanted on there. But yeah, I really want to try the HNB Cosmetics lashes. So what I've done, I've just put a bit of eyeliner over the top. After I stuck on my lashes, I just did underneath with some mascara, and then for underneath with the lash line, I went in with the P. Louise Acid Rain. This is in the shade Razor. So just put a bit on the back of my hand and just use this flat definer brush just to pack it on my lower lash line. I then did go over just with like a fluffy brush with the Feeling Peachy shade just to sort of make it more into this eye look sort of vibe. So that's what I've done so far. I've just tried to rub that off and it isn't coming off because they stick like glue, those P. Louise bases. So to make this look extra glowy and how we want to be like a summer goddess, summer spring vibes, I'm going to go in with the iconic Illuminator drop. This is like an OG for me, and this is in the shade Original. So I'm just going to pop some of these on the back of my hand, just about 3 drops. And then just taking my beauty blender, I'm just going to take the side that hasn't got any powder on it or anything. I'm just going to press this into my hand before applying it on the skin. And then I'm just going to go where my cheekbones are. And as you can already see, OG highlighter, liquid highlighter is the way to go for summer, spring vibes. And I'm just going to do the same for the other side. And then I'm just going to do a little bit on my forehead as well, just to make me extra beaming. So what I'm going to do now, it's not going to be a makeup tutorial if this isn't featured. This is the MAC NC43 powder. I'm just going to take this just underneath where my contour and everything's been, just to sort of blend it more into the skin. So after I've done that, I'm just going to take whatever excess I had on that blush brush and just go back in with my blush shade, just because I feel like we've lost some of that lovely peachy colour for that HNB blush from using the highlighter. Taking that sponge again, I'm just going to go all over my chest area. Mostly I just want to focus this on my collarbones. Yes, she glowing. She glowing. So for highlighter, I'm going to take the none other than the Amrezy X Anastasia Beverly Hills highlighter, and it looks like this. Absolutely gorgeous. You don't have to use this highlighter, but any highlighter just piled onto this iconic London Illuminator drops is going to look absolutely unreal. Just look at that. Wow. I'm waiting. You're shining. If you haven't heard of that song, we're not friends. So I'm just going to take this highlighter shade, put it on my face now, and I'm just going to apply it exactly over the top where I've just applied those Illuminator drops. And this is the same highlighter that I used already for the inner corner and the brow bone. Do the Cupid's bow, and then I'm just going to take it on the tip and down the bridge of my nose. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to go ahead and do my brows off camera, and then I'll be right back with you to do the lips and just sort of finish and sort of finesse this look. So I'm back from doing my brows. I've just sort of gone for this sort of like fluffy brow today, and I'm really feeling it. So yeah, that's what I've done for brow. We're looking incredibly glowy at the moment, which I am absolutely living for. So for lips, I'm going to be using the Barry M, and this is the Toast Lip Liner just to outline my lips. So I've just outlined my lips quickly because this video is getting quite long. I'm then going to be taking the HNB Cosmetics Liquid Lip, and this is in the shade Living. Can you tell I love their products? So I'm just going to take this and I'm just going to tap it in the middle of the lips, and this is really like a nice pink shade. I'm just going to blend it out with my finger. Blending that out with my finger, I just feel like this is such a nice peachy shade to go with this look. So after I've let that dry, this wouldn't be a glowy look if you didn't apply lip gloss. So for lip gloss, I'm deciding on whether to use, of course, HNB Cosmetics, either Feeling Myself or I'm Good. I'm not too sure. I'm thinking Feeling Myself, but I'm not sure if I should use I'm Good. Yeah, I'll try Feeling Myself and see how that goes. Yeah, this was definitely a good decision. And I love about this lip gloss, you only need one swipe. That's all you need for this lip gloss. It's just unreal. You should bring out a lip gloss called Unreal. That is so good. After applying that bomb-ass lip gloss, giving us extra spring summery vibes, we're going to set this whole thing with the Candy Cosmetics Pre-Glow Up Mist. And oh my god, this is so illuminating. So I'm just going to shake this up, and of course else when you're using this extra glowy look. So I'm just going to spray this all over. And all over my chest as well. With this, it does get in your hair a little bit, so you might look a little bit glowy, and on your clothes as well. And then with my hair, I'm just going to be using the Got2b Instant Shine just to get rid of any sort of like sticky up bits that I've got, and just sort of smooth them down. And I really like my hair behind my ears at the moment with this look. So guys, I've just zoomed you out just to give you full effect of the glow that I have going on my chest area here. This is giving me such spring vibes, and I cannot wait for all the makeup tutorials coming out with sort of spring, summer, goddess glow vibes. I literally can't wait. So this is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this tutorial. I'm really appreciating this chest glow right now. Absolutely unreal. Just gonna be walking around my house, going outside, looking extra glowy AF. But I'm absolutely living for it, and I can't wait for all the spring summer vibes coming around the corner. I hope you guys enjoyed this makeup tutorial. Please make sure to give this video a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Please stay safe, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!